Okay, welcome back to the Cushman and Silver Serpent Fish Room with Dollar, Silver Serpent here, and Rambo. Now if you notice, the tank's a little cloudy. We had to remove the active filtration, and guess what we get to deal with? Rambo is a new addition from the fish store, and so like many new additions, and you'll notice this, especially if you're a new aquarium hobbyist, you might panic and freak out and see white spots, the common dreaded ick on your fish. Which is pretty common. There's nothing to panic about or freak out about. You do need to treat it. It is something that will kill your fish eventually. So what we did is we removed the active carbon filtration and up the temperature. And the main reason you do this, the carbon will remove your medication, which is expensive. And we increase the temperature because that increases the life cycle of the ick and helps it run through and get rid of it faster. So we increased the temperature to 80 to 82 degrees. And we had just noticed on his pectoral fins there were a couple spots there. And not massive infestation, but it would be. It is one of those things that will keep going and it won't go away. So you do need to treat it. So any new beginner aquarist watching this, it's one of the things when you buy or any new fish or introduce new fish, if you don't have a quarantine tank or a hospital tank, which we knew Rambo would be the only resident in here, so we just put him in here, you do want to have 2 medications on hand. One is a parasite cure for like gill flukes, where you'll notice the fish kind of rubbing or striking things real quickly in the tank. That's very, very common. And also, the most common aquarium ailment arguably is ick. And you do want to have a good ick medication on hand. So, in wrapping this up, some of the pointers with treating ick quickly is remove your carbon filtration, put your fish filters off to the side, save them. They're still good. Go ahead and save them. And if they're disposable power filters, you can dip them in boiling water, for example. That'll sterilize them. Or you can insert new ones. Number 2, increase your aquarium temperature. We have a heater here, so we can go ahead and do that. And you follow the medications, directions. They vary, but usually in about a week, everything will be fine. Expect that your aquarium might get a little cloudy, especially with a bigger fish in there. For that week, it's fine. You're just kind of treating the disease. And follow through on the full treatment. Otherwise, it may look like the visible signs of ick have disappeared, but it'll come back on you. And when it comes back, it'll be twice as bad as the original. So, it's nothing to freak out about. There are many arguments out there that ick is like the common cold. It's always present in the water. I don't have a position on that. I just know that it is very common to deal with in the aquarium industry, especially when you're introducing new fish to a tank. More often than not, especially dealing with big box stores, for example. The Petcos and PetSmarts of the world, a lot of times they share multiple tanks on one filtration system. So if one tank has ick, then all the others do too. So, and it's very, very common. Nothing to panic about. It does need to be treated. It is a fatal disease eventually. But if you follow the directions, it's very easily remedied. And then once your tank is established, as long as you're following good water quality parameters and you're not overfeeding and you're doing your water changes, you shouldn't deal with any ick. But normally it is when you introduce new fish. So, thank you from Silver Serpent here and the Cushman. That's how you treat your ick.